Hello and welcome to Federal Flash. I'm Philip Lovell and I'm joined by Nikki McKinney. Today we cover President Trump's State of the Union address, disagreements on a bill to rewrite the Higher Education Act, or HEA, and yet another looming government shutdown. For more on the State of the Union, let's turn to Nikki.
Thanks, Philip. Of the 5,146 words in the president's address, he spent 19 on education, saying, quote, "Let us open great vocational schools so our future workers can learn a craft and realize their full potential," end quote. In a fiery response to the president's remarks, House Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi tweeted, "Build new vocational schools with what? Your FY18 budget cuts these programs and career and technical education." A not-so-subtle reminder to the president that his fiscal year 2018 budget request proposed reducing spending on career and technical education by more than $1 billion. Following the State of the Union, U.S. Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos released the following, quote, "America must do better to prepare our students for success in the 21st century economy. I join the president in calling on Congress to act in the best interest of students and expand access to more education pathways," end quote. Indeed, an interesting take on the president's 19 words. Visit the link below to read a full transcript of the State of the Union.
Thanks, Nikki. This week, the chair and ranking member of the House Education Committee expressed their divergent perspectives on the reauthorization of HEA. Bobby Scott, the top Democrat on the committee, criticized Republicans for advancing a partisan rewrite of HEA, but said he still thought a bipartisan reauthorization was possible. Committee Chairwoman Virginia Foxx said that the GOP advanced the bill to update HEA on their own because the ranking Democrat wanted additional funding included. She indicated that Republicans had to proceed on their own because Mr. Scott, quote, "made it clear to me that it was primarily more money that we needed, and that in her words, there isn't more money to spend." Scott responded by saying that if he were to write a bill, it would, quote, "spend more grant aid, more institutional aid, and better loan terms for students and parent borrowers." The House HEA bill was approved in a committee vote last month on party line vote, but a floor vote has not been scheduled.
The back and forth in the House of Representatives is happening while Senate Education Committee has held several hearings on topics related to HEA as part of their effort to craft a proposal. But like in the House, that may be easier said than done. At a hearing on Tuesday, Senator Patty Murray, the ranking Democrat, expressed concerns about being able to negotiate a bipartisan measure, given that key policies of the Every Student Succeeds Act, a bipartisan bill that replaced No Child Left Behind, are not being enforced by the U.S. Department of Education. Here's Murray in her own words.
You know, one of the reasons you and I are able to work together to tackle big, important issues like higher education is because we work to find common ground and negotiate in good faith. But our work is never over when the laws are passed. We have to continue to work together, as you well know, to make sure it's implemented as we intended. And I really just want to say at the top that I appreciate that you listened and to my concerns about the department's implementation of the Every Student Succeeds Act so far, and I do look forward to hearing from Secretary DeVos. I really know that you and I can work together to resolve the concerns with implementation of our last bipartisan education law before we begin negotiating on this one.
Funding for the federal government expires February 8th, and a long-term deal to fund the government for the remainder of the fiscal year remains elusive. There's been little to no movement on a deal to raise the spending caps for defense and domestic programs like education, and the grand bargain on immigration, including a fix for Dreamers, remains elusive. The House could vote as early as Tuesday on another short-term funding measure through March 22nd. But that idea has conservatives, defense hawks, and Democrats equally frustrated. That's all for now. For an alert when the next episode of Federal Flash is available, email us at alliance@allfored.org. Thanks for watching.
Federal Flash is the Alliance for Excellent Education's video series on important developments in education policy in Washington, D.C. in 5 minutes or less.